feeling this guy's good, man. I got a feeling this guy's good. I'm Brian, by the way. What's your name?
Slava. My name is Slava.
Slava. Russian?
Yes.
Oh crap, he's Russian, guys. You know what that means? Grandmaster. Alright, ready? Slava, right?
Yes.
That's a great name. watch out for these Russians, man. Too good, too good.
Hey guys, Brian here, and let's go over the missed opportunities in the game so we can all kind of learn from them and improve our chess. If you guys were wondering if this was an old video, it actually was. I found a hard drive in my drawer full of games last year that that were not processed. So you can kind of tell by the clock too, because it's not the one with the big numbers, and kind of the way the video is framed, it's like really tight on the faces. Usually I kind of pull back and kind of get like a more broader point of view, but nonetheless, it was a good game for stuff to learn from. So let's go to the first opportunity in the game. I think most of you saw this. Here, Slava took with the rook, took the pawn with the rook, and it is my turn to move. And basically, anytime you have a potential, you're X-raying your opponent's valuable piece like a queen, you basically have like a free move if you think about it, if you make the right move. And for right here, since I had a discovered attack on the queen, all I had to do was pinch a pawn here, and I ran this through the computer, and there are no like concrete tactical opportunities here. It's more like you just swipe a pawn and you expose the king, the white king, even more. But if you want to see what the continuation would have looked like, queen moves out of danger, attempt for the queen again, queen moves back, bring up the rook, make an escape square for the king, rook check, and now this is kind of what the end would look like. White's king is a little bit more secure, just a tiny bit, and my strategy would be to bring all my other pieces here and hopefully checkmate the king. Now, the second opportunity, I think most of you were wondering, why did Slava not see this one move threat? Obviously, I was threatening the rook. Why did he play rook fe1? Shouldn't he move the rook out of the way? And to his credit, I think what he was thinking was if he moved this rook anywhere at a danger, he was afraid of activating my bishop right here with a discovered check. And it looks scary, but it doesn't really do anything. And it's kind of like, it reminds me of that quote, like, the threat stronger than the execution. So if you wanted to see what would have happened if he moved his rook out of the way, maybe I would have played this, maybe I wouldn't. I don't really know. It would have depended on how I felt, but it's just kind of one continuation, and everything is still kind of evenish. I guess the computer gives me a slight advantage. So that's another thing to keep in mind, that the threat is stronger than the execution. So if something does look threatening, just look at it twice and calculate, and it might not be as threatening as it seems. And now let's look at the last opportunity here. I think most of you might have seen this. Okay, so I take the pawn with the rook, and if you're wondering why I did that, it's because if he takes here, then I just take his knight right here. But he made a great counterattack here. He ignored my knight and counterattacked. And here, I should have seen this, but if you kind of go back and watch the game, after I make this move, you hear the beep on the clock, and you hear the beep on his clock, which means there are only 5 seconds left for both of us. So major time crunch, and very hard to see stuff during time crunch. But when you're being counterattacked, then it's instinct to play defensive. But if you're being counterattacked, then all you have to do is counterattack back. And right here, all I should have done was just knight f2. He takes my queen, I take his queen. He gets a check in, I take, and he takes my knight. And if you look at the material, I'm up the exchange with an extra piece, and I have more pawns, so I should be able to win this game. Computer has me at negative 4.5, so in this position. So I think we discover, so let's quickly review what we learned in this game. I think the first lesson was, take advantage of discovered attacks, right? You have basically free moves as long as the piece you move out of the way can't be taken back. Second thing to learn was threat is stronger than the execution. The threat of pushing this pawn, if you move the rook out of the way, it looks deadly. It looks like it activates my bishop, but he could kind of defend well and be okay. And the last point, which we just discussed, when you're being counterattacked, then just counterattack yourself. Look for counterattacks of your own, and you should be fine as long as you calculate it thoroughly. So hope you guys enjoyed the game. Hope you guys enjoyed this analysis, and thanks, and see you guys later.